Yeah, baby, we're back.
We're here.
Woo! We're back, baby.
I know you've been waiting,
2 weeks.
and I'm
Little
sorry.
Vacation.
A little vacation, a little summer
I'm
vacation.
sorry to keep you waiting. I'm sorry to leave you in the dark, but we're back.
We're back, baby. This week we're coming with a banger.
We're coming in with
yeah.
a banger.
Yeah. A little bit of John Travolta for
Turn
you.
it up.
Ooh, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Staying alive.
The grease man himself.
Hell yeah.
The look who's
The
talking.
grease man.
The grease man.
The
Okay.
grease man.
Okay.
Just spit on it.
Hell yeah.
All right, we'll be talking about Pulp Fiction and Battlefield Earth.
All right. The best rated and the worst rated.
I mean, one of them is definitely guaranteed to be his worst. But we'll talk about it.
Oh, my God. Yeah. It was a real gem, I'll tell you.
I mean, his best, it might be Grease. No, it's good.
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it.
All right, first up, we're going to talk about Pulp Fiction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, baby.
Ooh, yeah.
It's
Quentin Tarantino classic.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's from 1994. It's an American crime film written and directed by Quentin Tarantino.
An American crime film.
Yep.
Huh.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
It was American.
Spot on.
Yeah.
And from what I remember, there was crime.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
And there was
Spot
butt
on.
fucking involved.
There's
Yeah.
butt fucking.
Ooh, ain't nothing
Every good
more
movie
American
needs a
than
good butt
that.
fucking scene.
Hell yeah.
Really,
You know
really
what?
sets.
You know what? We
A
should
really
do an episode
awkward-
of Best Slash Worst. Best Slash Worst butt fucking scenes.
Oh my god.
Eventually,
you
we're gonna
think?
hit a wall and start watching a lot of gay
Brokeback
porn.
Mountain?
Or
Monsters Ball.
that's the one I was thinking of.
Hey,
Halle
uh,
Berry's getting banged
read
by
your mind.
Billy Bob.
Halle Berry was on Hot Ones. I like her.
Yeah, she's fucking still great looking.
I like
She
her.
held up.
She's a nice lady.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
All right. Pulp Fiction. It tells several stories of criminals in Los Angeles.
An intermingled story arc.
Yeah, baby. It
Like the
stars.
movie Crash or Traffic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nice.
Good.
Nice.
Good pull, dude.
And roll
I wrote that in my Palm Pilot, and I was waiting to pull that one out.
credits. Roll credits.
Roll
shit.
credits.
Podcast over.
All right. Movie stars John Travolta as Vincent Vega,
Vincent Van Gogh.
who's actually the brother of Michael Madsen's character from Reservoir Dogs.
Whoa.
Which I love. It is cool that
Same universe.
Yeah, it's cool that it's like movies in the same universe.
Quentin Tarantino. It's all on his big freaking forehead. That's what's in this. That's what's in it.
On his big, stupid Australian forehead from Django. Remember he had the Australian
Yeah.
accent?
Yeah.
That's my least favorite part of that movie. Dude. All
Nothing's
right.
worse than a bad accent.
Yeah, no good. And actually, he's good in this movie. Quentin Tarantino, when he plays the fucking dude that they go to.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we'll talk about it.
He's believable.
Yeah, he says the N-word very realistically in that scene.
Hell
You
yeah.
know? I know that was so awkward. I was watching that with one of my childhood friends and his mother, who were African American.
Is this true?
No.
Oh.
Dude, we're from Barrington. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah.
I lived across the street from the Browns.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You guys never saw a black person before.
Yeah.
No.
So I played sports with him.
Well, there you go. There's your card.
Matthew.
Matthew.
Fucking DJ. Matthew, come in for supper dinner. Me and Perry used to always do that. Matthew.
So,
That poor guy.
What?
That poor guy.
Yeah, I saw him about a year ago at Stop and Shop Providence at like 10 at night. I was like building
Really?
displays on a Thursday night.
I see him.
And I saw him. He's like, what's up, man? And I was like, oh, what's up?
What's up?
And I was like, what are you doing? I was like, what do you do for work nowadays? Because the last time I saw him was at Rhode Island College, like
Yeah.
8 years ago. He's like, oh, but I think he's a teacher.
He's a history teacher.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He's a teacher, and I was like, really? What's up, kids? This is my brother Matthew. All right, I don't know how we got there, but let's get back to
anyhow.
Pulp Fiction. Too many inside jokes. The joke's just for Chase. He's the only one laughing at stuff.
It's fucking hilarious.
Tom didn't even go to high school. They didn't even know
Yeah, I
what
don't
the
even
fuck
know
we're
who you're
talking about.
talking about. I'm like the audience in this.
Yeah, but DJ Brown was in our grade when you were in middle school. Yeah,
I'm sure he
whatever.
was.
He was.
A lot of people were.
Yeah, you have the
A
worst
fucking lot of
memory.
people were.
Yeah, that's
He lived,
true.
he
You know
lived
what?
in a
They can all-
7-mile radius from you. What do you mean you didn't know?
You know what? They can all eat dick.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, yeah, you know what? I take that back.
I only eat Matthew's dick.
I I still don't get it. Is that what he sounded like?
Yeah.
Poor guy. Is he slow?
No.
Are you guys making fun of a slow kid?
No. He's not slow.
Oh, jeez.
Well, he's a history teacher. That's actually pretty good
He's a
for him.
history
Yeah.
teacher.
That's pretty good.
I had some freaking questionable T-shirts, man. Let me tell you. They were on the spectrum.
Were any of them black and jacked?
I had all sorts of teachers. I had a whole variety. I had a teacher who got fired my senior year because he kept a bottle of liquor in his desk.
Holy shit.
And we all knew it.
Wow,
all the
that's weird.
students knew it for years.
What?
He let me wear sunglasses during class.
Oh, well, I had a 6th and 7th grade teacher named Mr. Miller, and he had 3 hands.
Yeah.
And he would jerk off. in
You know
class.
what?
I saw it.
What's
do
in the
remember that.
bag?
Yeah.
I do remember that. I don't
Yeah.
remember Michael or whatever his name was, but I do, or Matthew.
Matthew.
Yeah, Mr.
Matthew's
Mr.
brother.
Millard used to keep
But I
us
do
after
remember
school,
the three-handed.
and we used to play that game. What's in the bag?
No, that was
Yeah,
Mr.
what's in the bag?
Yeah, what's in the bag was Mr. Paiva's wiener.
Yeah. I saw him again recently driving
Again?
his pickup
Did you?
truck. I see him
How
probably.
is he following
He's
you?
always at Workout World. It's always at Workout World.
You should rig up weights to fall on him and kill him.
Oh my god.
You know?
It is. I swear he must. He doesn't obviously remember my name or anything, but I'm sure he's like, "Fuck." I taught that kid at some point.
Yeah,
and he knows my dirty secrets.
He knows who I really am.
Yeah.
A fucking pervert.
Pedophile.
Fucking diddler.
All right, let's get back to Pulp Fiction.
Hey, man, you
All right.
said it.
Samuel L. Jackson as Jules Winfield. We got
Oh, yeah.
Uma Thurman as Mia Wallace.
Hell yeah.
Mhm.
Keep going.
Harvey
Keep going.
Keitel as Winston Wolfe.
Yep.
Tim Roth as Ringo/Pumpkin.
Ringo Starr.
Amanda Plummer as Yolanda/Honey Bunny. Maria de Medeiros as Fabian.
Yep.
Ving Rhames as Marcellus Wallace.
Yep.
Ooh, Eric Stoltz as Lance. So now Eric Stoltz, man, what could have been? He was Marty McFly. You know that? Come on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, have you seen the scenes of him as Marty McFly?
No.
He did he filmed I think half the movie
Wait,
or
really?
something as Marty McFly, and then they didn't like it, and they finally were able to get Michael J. Fox, the person they originally wanted, and replaced Eric Stoltz halfway through filming.
MJF said no at first?
No, he couldn't because he was on that. What was the show
Teen
he
Wolf?
was on? Family Matters or
Oh yeah.
whatever. I forgot. I can't think of the name right now. That sitcom.
He
from
turned
the
it
80s.
down for Teen Wolf?
No, his contract wouldn't let him at first, but then they worked it out, and then he would film Back to the Future at night, and then do the sitcom in the morning. So he was doing two at
Wow.
once.
What a hard worker.
Yeah, that's why he's a legend.
That's why he's got fucking shakes.
Right.
Staying up too late, didn't get enough sleep.
Yeah, I had
Wait a-
too
Hey,
hard,
folks, get
too
your
hard,
8 hours.
too hard to
Get
work.
your 8 hours.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now.
Public service announcement: get your 8 hours.
Don't
That-
listen to Steve Harvey who says rich people don't
Yeah.
sleep 8 hours. That's bullshit.
Yep. Crack is cheap.
Well, imagine
You
an
know who
alternate
said that? That was
reality.
Whitney Houston. Crack is cheap. I don't do crack. Remember that?
Yeah.
Whitney Houston said that.
Yeah.
During an interview.
I remember something.
They
She
were like, what
definitely
about the
did crack.
Whitney? What do you think about the allegations of you smoking crack? And she was like, "Listen to one thing. I don't do crack, okay? Because crack is cheap."
I do coke.
Yeah.
I
That was her reason.
had baking soda in my Coke and I form a crystal with it.
It's one of the greatest interviews, along with R. Kelly. This
What?
is my life.
Yeah, this is my life.
All right, can we get back to
Fighting
Pulp
for
Fiction?
my life.
I'm fighting for my life out here. And the best part is that at that moment we gave Kelly a minute. They cut away.
How'd we get to Whitney Houston?
I don't know, man.
All right, and you, Eric Stoltz. What could have been? Oh, Gary Oldman was preferred to play that part.
Really?
It says it right here.
Oh,
It's
he
pretty
turned
crazy.
it down for Teen Wolf.
Yep.
Yup.
Yep.
What kind of shirt is he wearing right there?
Speed Racer.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's Eric Stoltz.
Hey, there he is.
Look at him. Rosanna Arquette as Jody, Lance's wife,
Yeah.
who. Okay. Where's Rosanna Arquette?
We're good. We're getting into some deep
I
cuts
thought
here.
that was. Yeah, okay, that's Patricia and David Arquette's sister, but I thought they have another sister that's like a tranny or something.
Oh, hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, sorry, that was really PC.
So that was really.
Non-PC.
Yeah, that was really.
I meant to say.
That was
I meant to say transvestite.
That was really aggressive. The way you came out. That was a hard
Sounds
NY.
like a parasite.
No wonder why that word
sounds
is,
like something you need an exterminator
no wonder
for.
why that word is not used anymore.
My house has transvestites. I need to call an exterminator.
They're eating the fucking walls.
Yeah, they're eating the wood. Like, it's a fucking crack in the foundation. Transvestites.
All right. Well, Christopher Walken as Captain Coons. And Bruce Willis as Butch Coolidge.
We're so far away from PC right now.
Oh, it's bad. School
We're almost at
shootings,
CP.
transvestite.
Again, bringing it back around.
I got to bring it back.
Jesus Christ.
You got to go full circle every episode.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that was the cast.
That was it.
Who did the lighting?
The
The sun.
The sun. Yeah. I want to give special thanks to the sun
Yeah,
for
big
the light.
shout out. Big, burning, bright, beautiful star.
All right. Well, Pulp Fiction's hook is that the narrative is told out of chronological order. It is. It's the hook of the movie.
No, it's good.
It is. It's
No,
very.
you're right.
It's it's non-linear storytelling.
Right.
It's very
It's
passe.
got a schlick. It's got a schlick.
Schlick.
You know what I like? I like movies with good schlicks.
Good schlick.
It's like Memento, It's like told backwards. Some movies have schlicks. Other movies are just
Battlefield Earth. It's told retarded.
Yes, Joel.
Battlefield Earth makes no fucking sense. That's it. Schlick.
Yeah.
Punch drunk comedy,
Yeah. Juana Man. It's about train. He's playing basketball.
It's about transvestites.
We're gonna lose all our sponsors after this one.
Dude, we're off the rails.
We're out the rail.
All right, hold on. I gotta
There goes
quick
Butcher
ad
Box.
breaks. Blue Ribbon.
This podcast is brought to you by Ting, a new phone service coming to you.
It's brought to you by Squarespace. Okay,
This
let's get back.
podcast is brought to you by the world of Scientology.
Oh, Jesus.
John Travolta podcast. If we
Mike-
didn't talk about Scientology at some time, we wouldn't be doing it right.
Yeah, it's true. Get back to it.
All right.
All right. Like I said, it's told. What the fuck?
All right.
Here we go.
All right.
It's told out of chronological order, and there's three main
It's a thick
interrelated
needle, dude.
stories.
Yes. I love the intermingled stories of
Yes,
this.
there is a mob contract killer, Vincent Vega, who's the protagonist of the first stories. There's the prize fighter, Butch Coolidge, who's the protagonist of the second story.
Yep.
And Vince's partner, Jules Winfield, is the protagonist of the third.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, I agree with everything you're saying.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, now. All right, we're gonna try to just talk. The movie as a whole. We're not gonna go through the whole plot.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go.
Let's just
'cause
let's just dip our toes in.
the
Yeah,
movie-
hit us with some bullet points.
Yeah, the movie's told in 7 main story segments. You got the prologue, the diner scene,
Yep.
the prelude, which is Vincent Vega and Marcellus.
Prelude, isn't that a car type too?
What?
A Honda Prelude, right?
Oh, it actually might be.
Isn't that?
I think it is.
Son of a bitch.
It sounds real.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, there's the prelude, which is Vincent Vega and Marcellus Wallace's wife. There's Vincent Vega and then the section 3 is Vincent Vega and Marcellus' wife. That's when they go to the diner.
Yep.
Then you got the gold watch scene.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got another scene called the gold watch, which
Which one's the one where he put it set up his ass?
that's part 4. That's the flashback.
Okay.
And then you got 6, the Bonnie situation, and then 7, the epilogue at the diner. That's how the movie's told,
Yeah.
according to Wikipedia.
This is that great moment right here where he's looking around.
Yeah.
He's got his jacket over his arm and he's just looking
Yeah.
around.
You guys know what to do.
Yeah, all right. Well,
Yeah.
let's not describe something that the audience cannot even see.
They know what we're talking about, though, which is what
Just
really
watch
matters.
the stream on YouTube.
They
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know what we're talking about.
Yeah, the scene where he walks in with his jacket, he's standing, he's looking around. Some great body acting by John Travolta, really being in his role.
It's funny too that like thinking about it, like how he's supposed to be the brother of what is it, Michael Madsen, whatever his name.
Michael Madsen, yeah.
Madsen, yeah. He kind of has the same the way he carries himself, like
Yeah, you
like,
can tell he's really in his role.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, John Travolta definitely does look like he could be related to.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Which I think is one of his strengths. You know, like in Grease.
Yeah.
You know, he's like really like he gets in his role. You can feel it in his body too. He's not just acting with his words.
He's very
he's acting with his
flamboyant
movements.
actor.
Oh, he's great at dancing, singing.
Good at dancing, singing, fucking sucking,
What a stud.
dude.
He's got the best butthole chin in Hollywood.
He's got
He really does.
Wow.
the best masseuse
Best
boys
slash
in
worst
Hollywood
butthole
as well.
chins.
No, all right. Let's get back to it.
We're already in it.
No. I want to get back to it.
Okay, I'm nervous.
All right. All right. One major scene is we'll go through the movie, but major scenes. All right. There's one obviously where they go to get the briefcase with those kids. They have a big Kahuna burger.
Yep.
And Samuel Jackson gives that fucking crazy speech.
Say what one more time, motherfucker.
Motherfucker. All right, that's a big scene.
That's a great scene. He shoots him in the arm.
Yeah, then
he really does it.
The next day, Vincent purchases heroin from Lance.
Yes, he's wearing a Speed Racer
He
t-shirt.
He shoots up, and then he meets Marcellus' wife.
And they do it right too. You know, he pulls the needle back and he pulls a little bit of blood into the thing, and then that's really how you're supposed to do it. He did. They can tell they did their
That was
research.
a really poetic scene.
And he looks,
Someone in this production has done heroin before.
yeah, and he looks really high in that scene.
When he's
plays it out,
driving?
when he's walking up with that thing on, he's all fucking loose. He's like flying.
Dude, he's great. He's really good in this one.
No, this is. I mean, I don't want to.
Let's not jump to any conclusions
I want to jump.
here. but
Jump to what my. I don't know. I'm going to foreshadow that. This is probably my
we're
favorite.
gonna
John
foreshadow.
Travolta.
I don't know. We still
Performance.
got to
a
talk
little
about.
foreshadowing.
We
here
still
for
have to talk
the
about
audience.
Face Off.
I do like Face Off.
Phenomenon.
And he's actually good in Face Off.
Yeah.
He doesn't play the villain. Well, he probably does more now. But Face Off was like him playing and Broken Arrow. You ever seen Broken Arrow?
No.
I never
No?
I never
No.
finished
Christian
it
Slater?
all the way through. Yeah.
Like
No.
those two movies is when he gets to play the villain, and he's actually pretty decent at it.
I've got a big,
But he's terrible as a villain in Battlefield Earth.
Oh
I've got
my
a big
God.
problem with Christian Slater, so I won't watch anything he's in.
Yeah, he's kind of weird.
We'll save that for another podcast.
Yeah, well,
It's a very personal.
probably
reason.
never do Christian Slater.
It's a very personal reason. I really rather not get into it. So
Okay.
All
All right.
Christian Slater.
All right. So then he takes Mia to a 1950s theme restaurant, and they participate in a Twist concert. Concert.
Twist
Concert.
You know the band
And
Twist.
now they perform.
Yeah.
A
Twist.
They
they
perform in a Twist Conquest.
No, actually, I've always wanted to go to this diner.
Yeah,
Diner looks
yeah.
awesome.
This does look very awesome with the cars. They have the old style cars all set up, and you can sit in one and
It's
eat your
like-
dinner.
It's like a cooler Ogies.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like a really nice Ogie.
It's like a nice Ogies where you don't get jumped at the end of the night.
yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
But, like everybody's in character and like it looks so cool.
It does look cool. Looks like it happened in time.
Yeah. So then after that, they go back to the house, right?
Look at that midget. Do you see that?
You mean
The doorkeep or the
LP,
bellhop.
dude. Little person.
LP. Is
LP.
that what
Look,
is-
there he is.
I
you see him?
What is the
There he is
what
again.
they like to be? Well,
LP, little
Is-
person, I think is the correct.
LP is that's the new thing.
It's, excuse me, it's little fucking midget, please. Okay.
Fucking with a PH.
It's LFP.
Look at him walk away. He's
Cute-
doing good.
He's got cute little
Got paid
legs.
$75 for that role.
All right. Let's not pull a Matrix episode where we're describing the movie as it goes along. Okay, we're trying to talk about the. I should have put the movie we're talking about. On.
Yeah, Mystery Science Theater
No, it's
3000.
all right. Just keep going because then we're gonna pass.
Audience, we do have Pulp Fiction on the background, and it's very
No, we
distracting.
don't. We're all
No,
we're
we
pulling
don't.
all this
We're
from
good.
memory.
No.
Mike's actually pulling on himself right now,
Yeah.
asking for him to.
They don't know
receive
what
us.
we look like. We could be naked in a room.
Yeah.
Oh. We could be sitting in a row with our penises in each other's butt.
Who's the one?
The lucky Pierre.
Who's the one who's fucking an ass, and who's the one who's only getting his ass fucked?
I don't know. Who's the lucky Pierre?
And who's
That's
the
guy in
who's the
middle.
guy who's
Mike
doing,
is definitely the lucky Pierre.
Which one's that?
That's
the guy in the middle is
You're
getting
giving
both.
it.
He's getting fucked in the ass, and he's fucking an ass.
That's definitely better than the third one.
Just getting fucked in the ass.
Yeah.
What if you're a power bottom?
Yeah.
Which one was the power bottom in here?
Huh?
I'll throw it in your butt.
I think Chase is the power bottom.
No, I'm a top. I'm a top through and through.
Yeah, you know, nothing's going in my ass.
You know what?
Choosing
You
that.
know what? I'm just gonna say, guys. I'm just gonna go in my room now.
I
Oh
will
my
fucking
God.
ass. I will not get fucked in the ass.
This is we are so off topic in this episode.
We're off the rails.
We're off the rails.
You're off the rails.
All right. So
She's hot. She's so hot in this movie. Uma
Thurman?
Thurman's so hot.
Yeah.
In this
you think
movie.
so?
Yeah.
Yeah. She could get it.
Yeah, I agree.
Straight bangs.
Crazy
I like
hair,
it.
yeah. The
I
hair
like the
is
straight bangs.
so it's a haircut you don't see very often.
And the
I
crazy
love John
blue
Travolta's
eyes.
bolo tie.
Yeah.
It's fucking dope.
Bolo tie, dude.
The hair.
I mean, that obviously, like,
His
costume
character
wise
is
too,
weird.
they definitely had that in mind to be his brother. I feel like that style.
all right. So after this diner scene, he takes her back. She finds his heroin, thinks it's cocaine, snorts
too
it, and
much.
overdoses.
Does too much. Foams
too
at the
much.
mouth.
And then Vincent rushes her to Lance's house where they give her the adrenaline shot.
Gives
That's
her
a
the
great
fucking
scene.
people's elbow with an adrenaline shot.
Yeah,
And fucking
yeah.
brings her back,
Yeah, the
brings her
people's
back to life.
He gives her an attitude adjustment.
Yeah.
Woo,
John
from the
Cena.
top rope, dude. Woo!
Slaying
Bing.
him.
And she comes back.
Everything we described is pretty much the first John Travolta scenes. Then you got some stuff with obviously Bruce Willis's character, which we're not going to touch on. You know?
Zed's dead, baby.
Yeah, we're not going to touch upon Bruce Willis too much. This is the John Travolta episode.
Right.
So, all right.
/ Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
No.
I want to talk more about Barrington people.
So we had this one neighbor.
Yeah, my other neighbor.
All right. So then after all that stuff with Butch and all that shit,
All that
All
shit.
that fucking shit.
Those fucking
all that
scenes.
shit, which is actually some of the best parts in the movie with fucking like the butt fucking scene and all that stuff.
The butt fucking
Yeah.
is so good.
Was Zed?
Zed's dead, baby.
Yeah, Zed's dead. Who's Zed?
Whose bike is this? It's Zed's. Who's Zed? Zed's dead, baby.
It is. I love '90s badass fucking Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he did some good movies in the '90s.
No, he did.
Anyway,
No. Keep going with Bruce Willis.
Thank you.
Was that Creed?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Vagina pussy. That's a Howard Stern drop where they like the audio. You remember the porn star Little Lupe?
No.
That little Filipino
I don't think
porn
so.
star from like the
No.
early 2010s.
No.
Oh, she had one of the craziest interviews from I think it was 2010 on Howard Stern, where she said some of the craziest shit, and they still play her audio sometimes. She goes like vagina pussy.
Okay.
I'll have to show you Little Lupe. You'll like her.
Vagina pussy.
Is she prolapsed?
Yeah, you don't know.
No, she's tiny.
You don't know
then I
what
won't
I
like
like. You don't know
Is
what I
she
like.
prolapsed?
I'm all about that pink
Is
sock.
she prolapsed?
I want to
like
watch
permanently?
it. I want to watch it drop. Okay.
Is she prolapsed? She comes pre-prolapse, actually. Yo, you want to see that big meat sack come flopping out, dude?
Yeah, no. The best is when they bend over and they squat and then they sneeze, and when they sneeze,
It comes out real
it
quick.
comes out. Yeah, like that. Like that.
Oh. All right, back to Pulp Fiction.
All right, reel it in.
All right, so then Vincent and Jules, they accidentally fucking shoot that guy in the bathroom, right? He comes out.
Oh yeah, lights him up.
Yeah. But I think before all this, doesn't John Travolta die before all this?
Yeah, he dies pretty.
What scene does he die in?
When Bruce Willis comes back to the house.
Mm-hmm.
When Bruce Willis comes back, which is when they're on the run.
Yep.
So,
He return. Yeah, it's when Bruce Willis returns to the apartment to grab his watch.
Yep.
He notices the gun on the counter and he hears the toilet flush. Vincent exits the bathroom and Butch shoots him dead.
And then after that, I believe is when he gets the run in at with what's his face.
Yeah, that's when all the katana shit's after that.
Yeah. It's after that. Yeah.
It's so weird that a main character dies midway through the movie, then comes back to life. And there's like still tons of movie left.
I know.
This is a long movie. Like, scenes go on forever. Like this diner scene is like fucking 30 minutes long. I feel like.
Yeah, it's a long conversation.
That's what makes this movie so good is the acting.
It's Quentin Tarantino.
These actors carry scenes for 20 minutes at a time.
He kind of gives the actors time to do like what they're doing, like to flow in the role, in the scene. Nothing's too fast. It's not quick cuts.
No, that's why I love Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah,
that's why I love Django.
He really lets the scenes like become something to remember.
Yeah, because I feel like it's like real movie making.
Instead
of just cuts.
And not just them going through a hallway, them going through a room, them doing this, them in a car. Like they sit at the table and they talk.
Yeah,
and you remember the scene.
That's why I can't wait for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, man.
Yeah, it looks great.
Oh god. Anyway, all right. Well, they accidentally kill that guy, and then they bring him to what's his fucking house? Jimmy.
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 It's Quentin Tarantino. He demands them to deal with it before his wife comes home, and that's when he says,
yeah.
"What's the line where he's like, you bring a dead N-word to my house?"
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we've already said transvest. I mean, I might as well say the N-word, but
Don't
you
say
know
it.
what?
No, let's
You
not
know
cross
what? That's
that
where
line.
I draw
Jesus
the
Christ.
line.
Jesus
the line has been
Christ.
drawn.
Yeah.
It's like, that's one line that you can't cross.
No.
It's one of those things that starts with that, and then where does it end?
Where's it end, Mike?
And that's when they call Marcellus sends his cleaner, Winston Wolfe, who shows up in that badass car.
Yeah.
You know, and they help clean the car, hide the body in the trunk.
I love those scenes too, like in like the crime type movies, like the cleanup guy and stuff like that. Like John Wick, I always love that. You know, he's like, "Hey, John," and he gives him the fucking coins. And stuff.
Yeah.
They just come clean it all up.
Then,
You'd be,
What a
the,
life.
you'd be the cleanup guy, Chase.
No.
Clearly you have a passion
I'd be
for it.
I'd be the prolapse guy.
The prolapse guy? You'd show up in prolapse?
Yeah.
I'd love to be the guy that they for a heist that they get last, you know, and like
Yeah.
the guy
Wild card?
the wild card. That'd be the most fun.
You'd want to be that guy?
like in a fictional scenario, because then you just get to go crazy.
And you're the guy that
Yeah.
like fucks
Yeah.
it up?
Yeah,
Like tries to take a cut for
like in
himself.
Heat. Remember the guy in Heat with like the fucking mustache? It's basically kind of like Trevor-ish.
Mm-hmm.
You were in Heat. We watched Heat like a year or two ago. Remember?
Yeah.
You've seen Heat, right?
Oh,
Yeah, like a
yeah.
long
I hadn't
time
seen it,
ago.
and you showed me it. Yeah,
Tom
it was,
never saw it.
it was
till,
a
like,
really great
in
movie.
our apartment. We watched it,
Yeah.
and oh man, that movie's crazy.
That's a crazy movie.
Fucking Al Pacino's out of his fucking mind.
That role is either a wild card guy who's going to fuck it up, or it's two friends that are like idiots and bumble and get along.
Mhm.
But it's like that. It's like always that last. We gotta. Do we really need him? We really need him.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's
All
not.
right, then the last. Okay, me and Tom are disagreeing and moving
Yep,
along.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right, then the last obviously is the last major scene with John Travolta with Jim Travolta. Is that
Jim Trivy.
Jim Javon.
Jim. Oh,
Here he comes.
I fucked up my mic again. These cheap ass wires.
Oh boy.
Anyhow, I'll fix it in post.
Sure you will.
All right, and it's the Mexican standoff part at the diner when he goes back to the diner.
Yep.
Yep.
Mexican standoff. Super racist.
Yep. And
Super racist. It's always all the races having all those standoffs, not just Mexicans.
Yeah, and it's a good scene too, where he recites the biblical passage.
Mm-hmm.
You know, tries to talk them out of taking the briefcase.
Yeah,
And that's pretty much the end of the movie.
that's the end of that movie.
They leave with the briefcase, and you never find out what's in the briefcase.
No, it's just like a clip of a bunch of story arcs, and you just see that glimpse into that window of life, and then the story just keeps going.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a full story.
What do you
That's
think?
not how he does it.
What do you think's in the briefcase? I'm guessing child porn.
Oh yeah.
A bunch.
A bunch.
No.
A lot.
I think it's a bunch of, and I mean a bunch of, chopped off penises.
Okay, I was waiting
Not
for you to say
15.
what you were going to say.
Chopped off penises. Like 50 chopped off penises.
Then why does it glow gold when it opens?
Because it's chopped off penises.
Oh, okay.
And they glow gold because it's what he wants the most.
I think
Wow.
it's a collection of prolapse prints, and what I mean by that is by putting ink on the edge of the prolapse and pushing it on a piece of paper.
Oh.
Almost
What
as
the
a
fuck?
fingerprint.
It's
if
almost
you
like
will.
the Rorschach test. Like,
Yeah.
What do you see in
Yeah.
this? This looks like the tip of a prolapsed asshole. Wow, that's amazing.
That's really
Oh my God.
No one's ever guessed
You have
that
an
in my
uncanny
35
ability.
years.
You have an uncanny ability of spotting that.
Would
was
you like
right?
to join the Men in Black?
I was right? Wow. I swear to God, I have no way of knowing that. It's a full guess.
Jesus, dude. What the fuck?
What the fuck is this
What the
podcast?
fuck is wrong with you guys?
Jesus.
Woo!
Ruining!
Yeah,
Reeling
there's
it.
no reeling in this shit.
It's pent up, man.
This podcast got fucked
That's what
3
happens when you
minutes
take
in.
too much time off. All this retard shit gets fucking pent up.
True.
Just shit it all out on this podcast.
All right, now let's quickly talk about what do you think? Like, why do you think this performance for him? Like, why do you think this stands out as his best?
I would say that that's a really good question. And the reason why that is a really good question is because it's a similar dynamic where if you're a sports fan, you might know what I'm talking about, and where it's like,
Are you just buying time? What are you talking about?
is it Tom Brady or is it Bill Belichick? Like, is it John Travolta or is this Quentin Tarantino?
Oh, it's Quentin Tarantino all day.
Right. So that's, but you might say no, and you might say it's the actors, and that it's John Travolta's best role, and he really makes, or it's Sam Jackson, or it's Bruce Willis.
It's true because this movie does have a lot of great.
I'm saying that's a really good question.
Top of his A game.
That's a really good question because I think that brings up the question: is it the director? Is it the famous director, or is it the actors, or which is more likely, is it some gray area in between where it's a little bit of both?
It's definitely got some magic with the casting. I mean, everybody's casted perfectly. Uma Thurman's great.
Yeah.
You know, even like my boy Lance, perfect casting, dude.
Hell yeah.
No one could have done it better than Eric Stoltz.
Okay. The real question
anybody
is,
could have played that guy.
who do you think won the twist contest? That's the bigger question.
I don't know. Don't they win it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow. I mean, it's hard to say because when you look at his IMDb, I mean, we'll talk about it a little later when we're picking our best. But, I mean, I thought when you think of John Travolta, he's a movie star. Not much anymore. He's a red box actor now with Bruce Willis and some of those other guys. But when you think of John Travolta, you think of him with his planes, and he's a big fucking actor.
Yeah.
And you look at his IMDb.
Yeah, and it's...
I'm not going to lie to you here. This,
yeah. Well, I think we'll get into that later, like you said. Maybe we should throw it over to...
It's all sunshine and roses here.
Should we throw it over to Chase? To the facts, man?
Yeah, well, let me quickly talk about the budget real quick in the box office. This movie...
there go all my facts.
I'm just trying to throw Chase a bone.
Add a bunch of money together. Tell you how much
you have your box office game, though, right?
Let's talk about numbers.
Yeah. You do have one.
What, a box office what?
I mean, sorry, your facts game.
What do you mean?
The debut of your facts game.
Oh, yeah.
Chase's facts game.
So do you want me to do 3?
CFG.
Do you want me to do 3 and like 2 real, 1 fake? Or do you want... Okay.
No. 2 fake, 1 real.
Well, that might be... All right.
Just take other facts and just read 3 facts, make one of them real,
well, I'm
and then fuck up the other 2.
I'm going to be like the budget was blah, blah, blah. John Travolta raped 7 men while filming.
I give you that obvious. All right. Well, the budget we'll talk about together. You want to say it? All right. Let's try to get at the same exact time. What is the budget, Chase? Ready? 3, 2, 1.
$5 million.
$8 million. What the fuck? You even say anything?
I guessed. Was I supposed to guess?
All right, I knew. I can't believe this movie only cost $8 million. I guess there's not much action, really. Well, not much stuff going on.
People.
And $5 million of that went to the actors.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Jesus.
God, Quentin Tarantino can really make money on the cheap.
He spent $3 million on a camera, and that was it.
Oh my god!
How much did it make in the box office?
213.
Yeah, 200
What a
million.
fucking return, dude.
Damn.
Oh my god.
That's crazy. Holy shit.
I wish I invested like just $100.
yeah. Can I give you $100?
$100. Give 1,000. It's like you're a freaking millionaire.
Thanks, man.
$1,000. I'm rich, dude.
Yeah. I'll pay for 1 day of the catering for all the actors.
No.
Actually, that's a lot of
I
money.
would not do that. That's not something I would do.
Okay. I feel retarded for saying it. All right. Let's toss it over to the Chase.
So
So I'll give you
it's the
3.
facts, man.
3 facts.
Here we go. Wait, 3 facts? And then we're doing the game?
It's facts, man.
Or are you doing...
No, I'm doing the 3 facts, which is the game. Is that
What's
what you
the
want me to
game?
do, or do you want me to do some normal facts and then the game?
What's the game?
What do you want me to do?
Explain the game to me. I'm a new guy here.
Chase's facts game.
It's called Chase's.
I'm going to tell you
Facts
3
Game.
facts, and you got to guess which one's the real one.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the 3,
Out of
2
the
of them are
3.
fake and one's real.
I guess. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready.
There you go,
Alright.
Chase. Go.
What do I win?
You can do it, bud.
$1,000?
You get to sit on Mike's lap.
Ooh, I do that anyway, but
Terrific,
okay.
boy.
I'm going to put a peanut butter cup between the 2 of you, and I need you to melt it as fast as
I'll melt the peanut butter cup so fast.
Oh my God.
You'd be shocked at my ability.
Jesus Christ, I think we'll melt instantly.
I'd melt it. You know how fast I can melt a piece of chocolate in my hand?
Yeah.
So fast.
So fast.
So fast, dude.
You get up and make
How fast I can make a dick
covered
come.
in chocolate.
So fast. I just go like, ready? If I took it right now, it's already melted.
You know how fast I can make you come? Just one walk.
Just one-
It's instant.
One walk?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
just go like this.
Are you serious? One walk?
You remember Heather Brooks, the porn star?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
ID throw.
ID throw.
I'm like her.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like her on steroids.
You'll take her from the. You'll take her from the tip all the way down
Oh,
to
yeah.
the base.
And it's instant cum. I'm not like her. I'm not working for it.
It's
I'm instant walk done.
like a DMT trip going on inside your mouth. Like, as soon as my penis gets in there, it's like
Yeah.
it's like nothing I've ever seen.
It's
before.
like so many. It's so many stages because it's like 2 stages going in. The third stage is when
it's full.
hits the back of my throat and it shoots the cum out, and then coming out, it's like 2 more stages. Pure ecstasy on the way out too.
Pure bliss. You see, and all within the one walk, you learn the meaning of life and then forget it.
Yeah. Instantly, yeah.
I'll be chasing that high for the rest of my life, forever begging you for another walk, at which you will never give another.
All right, well, we are all straight men.
I grant you.
I don't want you guys to think we're
On my
gay.
deathbed, you come in. I grant you one last walk.
What?
Really? Yep. Walk. Oh! And then I
fucking
die.
thing goes
and
out.
and then I die. Yeah. Yep. I grant you one last walk. Walk. He come in like an angel. He came in and he stared at me like a laser. And he said, I grant you one last walk. And I went, really? And he goes, walk. And then I died.
All right, let's get back to the CFG.
Oh, facts game.
Chase's facts.
I love the facts game.
I do. This is my favorite new segment.
All right, Vincent Vega, who was
Vincent
John
Van Gogh.
Travolta's character.
Yep.
So as we were talking about, they like to tie in the movies, obviously past movies. So the whole plot was that instead of being John Travolta, Quentin Tarantino actually wrote it for Christopher Walken, who was going to be the older brother of Michael Madsen.
Okay. So that's one of the
that's
three.
one fact.
Okay, well,
That's
all
one
right.
fact.
That could be real.
Yeah, that was the real one.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why, you already knew that?
No, I don't know. It's
Oh,
gotta
we
be-
don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
All right, next one.
The fake one.
Quentin.
Chase is working on his improv. The game's a work in progress.
All right.
He's working on his improv.
Quentin Tarantino.
Yep.
You can just say what.
No, Quentin Tarantino
is a transvestite.
All right, if you say the word transvestite, I know that's a fake one.
If that word comes up once, that's an instant tell. Okay.
All right, go.
You gotta be real careful
Okay.
with your placement.
So Uma Thurman actually wasn't on board in the beginning.
Yeah.
So Quentin Tarantino actually had to beg her, and it resulted to him over the phone on a cell phone read the script to her to convince her to do the movie.
That
Okay.
could be real. All right, go on.
Last but not least, the film
Mm-hmm.
was released in South Korea, Japan, and even Slovakia before it even was aired in America or featured in theaters.
So which one's the real one?
Yeah. We each take one guess at which one's the real one.
We each. Just want 2 of us.
I'm going with the Christopher Walken.
Is what the real
The
one?
real one.
Yeah, me too.
Nope, that's the fake one.
Damn!
Wow. What's the real one? The second one?
The real one.
Uma Thurman.
That's real, and also the being in all those countries before coming to the
That was
Oh,
US
so there was 2 real and 1 fake?
Yeah.
And
We both chose the fake? Oh, dude, we're bad.
So actually, what it was that was just a twist. Instead of Christopher Walken, it was Michael Madsen. He actually wrote that role specifically for him, which was going to potentially tie into being the twin brother of Mr. Blonde from Reservoir Dogs.
Imagine that.
But he said he was signed on to do it. 2 weeks before they started, he backed out to do a movie. It was like some weird. I just put this back down. He ended up doing this it was like Wyatt Earp.
Oh, yeah?
That's the name.
I've heard of that.
Wyatt Earp. Yeah,
I've heard of that.
Wyatt EARP.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
2 weeks before filming, he backed out, and then that's how John Travolta ended up getting in.
I'm kind of glad they went the John Travolta way.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, Fax, man.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's a fun game.
No, I'll come back next week.
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
You know, Pulp Fiction won the Palme d'Or at the 1994 Cannes Film Festival.
Yeah, I did know that. Did you know that the scene where they do the needle is actually filmed backwards? That instead of him going down into the chest, they started with the needle in and then filmed it backwards.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Super interesting.
So if you
fact.
actually look, they say like when you look at the hole, like you can see how it's like not there, like afterwards or whatever.
Wow.
This movie was nominated for 7 Oscars, including Best Picture and 1 Best Original Screenplay. It earned Travolta, Jackson, and Thurman Academy Award nominations.
I guess that gets around him having to actually hit her in the chest.
Yeah. When I read it, that's what I was thinking, because obviously he comes down like fucking crazy.
Because if someone was dead and you were giving him Narcan, that's what you would do.
So I guess like if you did it, then you could film it in the way, I guess.
Yeah, you could just pull off real fast and like make it
crazy.
look like you hit hard.
In 2008, Entertainment Weekly named it the best film since 1983.
Wow.
What was 1983?
I don't know. Oh, that's 25 years from 1983. They named it the best movie in 25 years. And yeah, it's on many critics' lists of greatest films ever made.
I mean, it really does a great job with the intertwined stories.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, not many movies even do that.
No.
It's crazy. In 2013, Pulp Fiction was selected for the preservation in the United States National Film Registry by the Library of Congress. So it will be preserved for all of American history.
Ooh.
Goes in the time capsule that
Goes
we
in the-
shoot into space.
All right, let's go over the review, man.
Yeah.
All right, so
it's
now.
me. All right, folks. It's the reviews. That's it. That's the intro.
What?
He's going to read us 3 reviews.
What?
We have to guess which ones are politically charged.
Yeah. I wrote 2 of these reviews, and one of them was fake.
I reviewed and submitted all these reviews on IMDb.
That's what I've been doing for the last 2 weeks.
I'm gonna start
Oh my
off.
God.
I'm gonna start off with a good one.
Okay.
9 out of 10. Several unusual tales going on all at the same time. Helpless Dancer, April 10th, 1999. 1999. That's so weird. I love this madcap yarn about 2 hitmen for a mob, a mobster's nutty girlfriend, a punch-drunk boxer, and 2 ineffective bandits. The story was told in flashback form, a technique that I have always found interesting. The lives of all the players crisscross with each other, forming a collective mini-stories guaranteed to captivate the viewer. Unusually done film, very entertaining. I like that review because it's short, it's sweet, and I think it's super accurate.
Yeah.
And I like that they
definitely.
gave it a 9 out of 10 and instead of being like 10 out of 10, best movie ever.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, because I don't think, not many movies are 10 out of 10s.
and it hits on the fact that of the magic of the movie, like Chase just said, it's a bunch of different story arcs all being told at the same time.
And each story is different too, which you're like.
Yeah. I wonder what I wonder if there's a connecting theme to all of.
Oh, butt fucking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Having a gimp.
Yeah, Gibson's.
All right, we'll jump over to a fucking.
I do like that Zed is it Zed? No, it's not Zed. It's the cop.
Zed's dead, baby.
Yeah, it's the cop in that scene. Is the bad guy from The Mask.
Oh, yeah.
Hey!
Yeah.
That guy has and he was in Blue
I
Streak.
think, is that Zed's brother?
Oh, it might be.
Are they brothers or
It
are
might
they?
be.
Zed's dead,
But
baby.
he wasn't he in Blue Streak?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Bad guy in Blue Streak.
What happened to that fucking actor?
I like when he gets the mask.
I love
He's
yeah.
got a
Yeah,
huge-
he's the big jacked
He's got a
mask
huge
guy.
chin. Yeah, he's
That
got a
Yeah.
jawline.
Yeah, that crazy
that
jawline.
like literally that image of him, like that version of him in the mask, like I'll never forget.
Yeah, it's
so
like
funny 'cause
stained,
it always sticks
stained
out.
on my
Yeah,
brain.
like vividly.
Yeah,
His name is Peter Green.
really.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? He drove off a cliff or something?
Yeah, he was a great villain.
He still acts.
Crashed
No, he's
into a
still
bus
alive.
full
He
of
still
nuns?
acts.
Maybe we should do him next
TV
week.
and poop movies.
TV and poop movies.
He was on 2 episodes of Chicago PD in 2016,
Really?
Ooh.
and some other shit movies I never fucking heard of. But
Wow.
there you
Well, see you later. All right.
Bye bye.
go. Go on.
On to a bad review. Someone who hated this movie. A creative and slick waste of time. 1 out of 10. July 17, 2005.
Wow.
You want to do something really neat? Take the movie Pulp Fiction and recut it so that instead of being out of sequence, it is actually in proper sequence. It can be done. Why do this? Because if you do, you will see what a nothing movie this really is. There is no central plot. There is no real theme or story or climax. It's just a bunch of tricks and overlay snappy dialogue, masquerading a piece of fluff that has as much depth as the kiddie pool. Hey, more power to Tarantino, the guy's a Houdini, full of sleight of hand. But are we really so simple that we are ranking this one of the top 10 greatest movies ever made? Come on. Okay, I know that Travolta is cool and Jackson is funny. However, Let's reserve the greatest films of all time category for real masterpieces and real stories, and not some overlay slick pulp geared towards video store geeks. 206 out of 464 people found this review helpful. What do you guys think about that? Do you think that this movie really is just a bunch of editing tricks and like over pretentious acting roles, and that there's no great story being told here? Like, is there any connecting tissue between all the story arcs? Does it really tell a greater meaning or greater story, or is this just
he does have
us
a point,
being tricked by?
Because I don't think there is a central theme in the whole movie that really is like groundbreaking.
What is it? Crime.
I think
doesn't
we
pay?
might be almost like the way Memento did with the way they told that story. That the way it's told
Is
in
the-
its nonlinear style might actually be one of the reasons why we love it so much.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah, but not
Ready.
only being the reason why we love it, but is it the only thing the movie has?
No, because I think the acting, like you said, can you separate the director and the acting? I think the acting definitely propels this movie to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
You
It
know?
is where they say like, oh, top 10 movie overall. That kind of made me like kind of like agree with him in the sense of like, yeah, I could see like if you were to label this a top 10 all time of all movies,
Yeah.
you know, that I feel
But
like.
it's like movie making is an art form.
Mm.
And when you're watching a movie, you're observing someone's art, and it's like, I don't want to just keep seeing 5,000 paintings of a mountain. I want to see something that's pushing the limits and changing it,
Yeah.
and being progressive. So that's what it is when a movie has a schlick, like we were joking about earlier.
Yeah.
That's why I love Memento so much, is because it has a schlick.
Yeah.
So is it really that much of a crime for it to just kind of weigh on that a little, and just the performance of some great actors? I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So I like that review because I didn't agree with it, but I thought it generated some good conversation.
Well. Man,
So-
that's why we call you the review man.
Yeah.
Review, man.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Capital W.
All right, well, that was our really terrible discussion about Pulp Fiction.
Bad. That's pretty good.
First 20 minutes was us talking about trannies
And Barrington people.
and
Transvestites.
Barrington people. If you didn't go to Barrington High School in
You're
Barrington,
very
Rhode
left
Island, then
out.
you don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, now let's move
See
on
this
to his
watch?
worst.
I stuck this watch up my ass. That's what he's basically telling the kid. Sorry.
All right, let's move on to his worst.
Let's
Battlefield
put that
Earth.
on because we can put it on Netflix.
Oh my god,
It's
just
not like
pisses-
you'd
we're
pay
not
for
doing
this.
it because it pisses me off.
It's not like you'd pay for this.
I rented $3.99 to watch this fucking movie. All right, it is a 2000 American sci-fi action film based on the 1982 novel by L. Ron Hubbard. You know what I found fascinating is that Scientology was created in like 1953 or something,
Mm-hmm.
and
When did you write this book?
It came out in 1982,
Yeah.
so it was like 30 years into Scientology already being out, and he died in 1986. So it's like he was an old fucking guy writing this stupid book.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but is this a story he'd been working on forever?
Oh, probably it's 1,000 pages. That's like a memoir.
Like, how long
Yeah.
had he been writing this?
Oh my
20
god,
years?
It's probably a long ass time. And like I was like, oh, was the book good? And I was like reading the critical reception on Wikipedia for Battlefield Earth, the book,
Mm-hmm.
and it was bad.
Really?
Yeah,
Critics
so not even
panned the book.
Yeah, the book's
So why'd
better.
they make a movie?
Scientology, like they actually even talk about it. Like one of the reasons why this movie got made was because of Scientology and its funding and its ability to gather funding because it's like influence in Hollywood. And that's like the only reason why this movie is made is because John Travolta wanted to, you know,
Yeah.
make it for L. Ron Hubbard, you know, the
They
creator
actually-
of his religion.
Fucking
When I
psychopath.
read one of the things too was saying how ideally this was going to be released in the 80s, but it just didn't really end up happening. Where like John Travolta back then wanted to make the movie,
Really?
but just things obviously didn't.
Technology just wasn't up to par.
Align. Yeah, exactly. That was another
That's what
thing
they were
too
waiting
that I
for.
read
The
was
shit in this movie.
it literally was because of Scientology the only reason why that movie got made. Because first off, no big studio picked it up. They all refused because of it being attached to Scientology. So then that one company picked it up, who ended up going bankrupt because they were doing a bunch of other bad shit behind the scenes and got in trouble.
I wonder if Scientologists love that movie.
They do. After the movie, Tom Cruise actually was publicly saying, and then they denied it.
He wishes he was in it.
Yeah, no, he wishes that they didn't do it because he thought that it was in bad taste to the religion of Scientology and they shouldn't have done it. But then supposedly all Scientologists separated themselves from the movie after it was reviews came out and they were terrible. And it's oh, it has nothing to do with our religion, even though some people that have left the church have said, oh yeah, no, so and so who was the head of this saw production every day. What's that the military guy that's way up it's with a net.
Oh, Miscavige.
Yeah,
the head of Scientology.
Yeah, people said that he even had certain things, suggestions and creative ideas. So they would say it was all Scientology behind this whole thing.
He's got a Battlefield Earth tattoo.
Yeah, John Travolta when he was doing press for the show was signing Hubbard's books.
Yeah, I read that
for free, which they said is not a normal thing.
Yeah,
when
people were worried that the press for this movie wasn't even about the movie. They gave an example I think it was Michael Caine and I'll read it right here. It was that was a good example.
What, just to get people asking
Yeah.
oh, who made this movie? What's this movie? Oh, this movie's based off a book. Oh, the writer of this book has a religion. Just getting people to fish into and reading into, and
all right, I can't.
because some people
to get sucked into Scientology.
Yeah, even parents back then. Some parents were afraid when they first heard about the movie that it was going to be about all propaganda. But then when the movie came out and it was so trash, they were like, "Oh, okay, yeah, no, I'm not." Even
Right.
about
If it was amazing.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing too. There was rumors that there were subliminal messages and critics that came out were that is too advanced for this movie to even have that. This movie is so...
Yeah, because you can see some things about, you might be Scientology, ish. You can kind of... But the movie's so bad that, to call it...
To not know nothing about Scientology and watch that, you wouldn't...
You wouldn't gather anything from it.
You'd have to already know stuff.
But they were saying, this one right here, it says that... They criticized the promotional methods of the film. Instead of granting interviews about the film to the press, John Travolta went on a book tour and signed copies of the book.
Yeah.
And then they criticized saying that, for an example, Michael Caine doesn't go around promoting the Cider House Rules, signing the book that it's based on.
Yeah.
An actor who's doing a movie based on a book, they don't sign the book and then hand it out.
Right.
It's come see the movie. Yeah.
There's clearly some weird things going on with this movie. There you go. There's some backstory.
Yeah, maybe it was a terribly executed, trying to gain more.
Oh, it was definitely
people.
Promotion.
Yeah,
Yeah, come over to Scientology. We have fun things like Battlefield Earth.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna find out your deepest, darkest secrets, and then hold it against you and blackmail you.
Yeah. Fucking, we don't have Star Wars, but we have this.
Yeah.
It's
that was a thing. Oh my god, John Travolta in the press when asked about his opinion of Battlefield, Battlefield Earth, what's it all about? He said it's a combination. It's like Star Wars, and then Schindler's List. He was quoted using those two movies, saying it was a mixture of that is the craziest.
Fucking delusions of grandeur.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. The critics pretty much bashed this movie, and John Travolta showed it to filmmakers like Quentin Tarantino and George Lucas, and he said they liked it.
Oh, yeah.
There's no fucking way.
Yeah.
Maybe George Lucas because he's fucking trash. You know, he did a lot of good things, but
no,
prequels suck.
That's like when you're with your friend and they pull up a YouTube video and they're like, "Dude, this video is so funny, you got to watch this." And they show you it, and you're like, "Yeah, that was hilarious."
Yeah,
but you never really.
Or all the times Kevin Quinn told us Family Guy jokes.
Yeah,
in high school on the side of the
family
football field.
So funny.
Yeah.
And it was the transitions in Family. It wasn't even the transitions. It was jokes in Family Guy that weren't even really jokes.
It's I've seen every episode of Family Guy, and he would tell jokes, and I've never heard or seen
that.
I know. You're making that up. All right, let's get back to the movie.
Little did we know his dad wouldn't let him watch Family Guy, so he was just making up jokes.
He writes it in a memoir. He does spec scripts. He's writing his own fucking Family Guy episodes. All right, movie stars John Travolta as Turl. I didn't even know that was his name.
Turl.
If you watch this movie, the audio is so bad.
Oh my god!
The sound effects are at 100 out of a fucking 10.
It's like in a video game when you can change the audio levels.
Yeah.
You put environmental sounds to 100, and then you put voice and music down. All the way
5.
Down. Yeah, 5. Seriously,
dude, it was insane.
So
the audio mixing was a trash. So I didn't even know John Travolta's name was Turl. Barry Pepper as Johnny Goodboy Tyler.
The fuck?
His name was Johnny Goodboy Tyler?
I read that like when I was looking at stuff earlier, and I was like, I was so confused because I was like, wait, is this like a nickname for the actor, or is this like
Johnny Goodboy Taylor?
Tyler.
Tyler?
That doesn't even fit the movie.
I don't think there was any names. Like, I don't think there was. No, there wasn't. There was
Did anyone
no...
even ever call him Johnny?
Maybe. They might have called him Johnny. I couldn't hear it.
Yeah.
Johnny!
And then Forrest Whitaker as Kerr, K-E-R.
I
Didn't
feel
know
like
that
I
was his
heard
name.
that.
And then from there on, it's all people you never even heard of. Wow, John Travolta's wife played a character named Chirk, Kelly Preston. Chirk.
Really?
I don't even know who that was.
She's a Scientologist?
Oh, yeah. I would assume so. In Scientology, you can't be married to someone that's not inside the church.
It's not
allowed.
Not allowed.
No.
Jesus.
Yeah. Everybody, I mean, the other actors aren't really big. Maybe the guy from fucking Sons of Anarchy, but I don't even know his name. Wow. Yeah, the cast is trash.
Yeah.
Just like the movie.
Yeah. It's just John Travolta.
The film follows rebellions against the alien Cyclos who have ruled Earth for 1,000 years.
What a terrible name. Cyclos.
Yeah.
Like, what a fucking terrible name for a race.
Like, and they say one of the reasons that the comparisons in Scientology is that, like, because they're very anti-psychiatry, like science psychiatry, and then the word Cyclos, it has to do with like psychiatrists, and it's about like the free men rebelling against the Cyclos, who are supposed to be like psychiatrists.
Oh my god!
Like the book has more, I'm assuming, more themes of Scientology.
Yeah.
The movie they failed, but the book probably has a lot of Scientology
like
shit
tones of
going.
like them suppressing.
Yeah, like they're suppressing the free men.
Yeah.
And the free men are rebelling.
Yeah.
It's a goddamn shit show.
It's a goddamn shit show. All right, I mean the plot. I couldn't tell you much.
Yeah,
we watched the movie. I don't even know what the fuck's going on.
Dude, the first 5 minutes is fucking disorientating.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's like dizzying.
It's like, ah!
Like the fucking movie just all of a sudden, it's like screams at you.
Yeah, they're screaming at you, loud sound effects. There's people riding horses in a fucking weird village where they like worship dragons.
Every
or
single
something.
ship that flies into scene is so loud. They zoom in on the vents, dude. They show the vents, and they just show the vents screaming out air, dude. It's so loud. And the fucking, oh my god, the angles.
Oh my, yeah.
The fucking angles that they're filming at, it's like always at a fucking 45-degree angle to the left or to the right. It's so bad.
The movie starts off with fucking Barry Pepper's character going off. I don't know why, but he leaves his tribe to go off to find something. And then he bumps into the two dudes the fat guy and the guy from Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
And at first they're like enemies.
The weirdest part is like he leaves and then he's like sees a dinosaur and he's like all scared about a monster, but it's just like old remnants of like a mini golf course from regular times.
1,000 years ago.
Right? But then he's like, this is the monster that we're all afraid of. And it kind of suggests that like his tribe never leaves their area and that they're like, they don't even know what's out in the world. Like he didn't even know that the other regular humans existed.
No.
Yeah, that was just weird.
Like how do they don't even know they exist?
It's like
never mind knowing about the aliens that have been living on the planet for 1,000 years.
It's like his ancestor, because they've obviously been there for 1,000 years. That's a long ass time. Like his ancestor, like saw that dragon at that mini golf course and like created a fucking
story,
a story about dragons. Like
you don't leave.
Yeah. Then anyway, Barry Pepper leaves, bumps into those guys. They become friends, and they go into the city, and it's like an abandoned city, and it's like fucking, it's ruined.
It's ruined.
It's ruined. It's a mess. It's a mess. And then they get attacked by one of the Cyclos, and they shoot him with that crazy gun that like fucking shoots air.
Yeah, the vaporizer thingy.
And then they get captured and taken to a Cyclos base of operations, a massive glass dome in Denver, Colorado.
Yeah, I know.
Where they're fucking mining for gold. And then, then finally you meet fucking John Travolta and Forrest Whitaker. And they're like, it's a lot of weird, like the first half hour of the movie is mostly office politics.
Yeah.
Them talking about like the ongoings.
Yeah, and like John Travolta, like thinking he's gonna be able to leave. Like, oh, I've done a great job.
The
I
politics,
get to leave.
like
I've done my 5-cycle term on this planet.
Yeah.
I love, dude.
5 cycles. You're gonna be here for 50 cycles.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I'm I'm not going to make you stay here for another 5 seconds. And they're all like, oh, good, because I don't know what I would do if I stayed here for another 5 seconds. I'd lose my mind. That's right. You're going to be here for another 50 seconds.
Yeah,
He's like, he knows he's fucking them.
Yeah.
You start to see these guys, the Cyclos, are just the worst race. They're not even nice to each other.
No.
It's like they fuck each other over constantly. It's almost amazing that they're
Intergalactic species.
Yeah,
it makes no sense.
Yeah,
hostile, invasive.
With their big fucking dumb hands. How are they fucking like
big
doing
dumb hands
anything?
and big huge boots.
Yeah,
dude.
they're
I know,
walking
massive.
slow
fucking
motion.
plunking around in their fucking giant
And
boots.
they have one weapon. It's a pistol.
Yeah,
It's a
with two-
fucking pistol.
Yeah, kill and stun.
And they
That's
look
it.
like
Yeah.
Single shot.
they
Well,
look like
semi-auto.
and they look like warriors. They look like Klingons. Like they look like
Yeah, definitely like Klingons.
like the fucking
hardcore.
Oh, yeah.
what's the things from Mass Effect? Like those fucking
Frogans?
Krogans, like
Yeah.
you know, they like warrior, like blood type, like. And then when you hear them all talking to each other, they're like talking politics and like, oh god, it's so, I can't believe it.
It's
like,
funny because when
my
they're
tour
not
is almost
talking
up.
in English, when they're doing the normal alien language, but then it slow pans around and then they're talking English. And
they're all pussies.
well, I'm not going to be here for 5 more cycles.
Oh, dude, they're all pussies. They're all wicked pussies.
Well, anyway, so the movie's a lot of office politics. John Travolta has to stay. And at the same time, you got Barry Pepper leading like a rebellion. And then they find out, John Travolta and Forrest Whitaker find out that there's like a gold, there's like more gold in like some quarry.
Yeah.
And they decide to steal it for themselves
Yeah,
because they're pissed because they have to stay there forever.
yeah.
So then they take Barry Pepper
They take them.
and make him super smart.
They come up with the idea of slaves
Yeah.
sitting around that table.
I have an idea.
Well, how about if we take the man animals, which is what they call humans, and we teach them how to mine?
Well, it's funny.
Wouldn't
It's
do
funny
that.
because they're already slaves. Like they just toss rocks into
What?
like barrels.
Yeah,
But it's like let's create super slaves.
like
Yeah.
why would they do that for nothing? Wouldn't they want to get paid? It's like no, that's why it's slavery, you idiot.
Wait, maybe they're in. Oh wait, I think they might be creating indentured servitude, where you like actually earn something.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're like
basically,
You know what I'm
like you're a slave, and then they give you a pay, basically the right to like
Yeah,
a little
like,
shack.
After
or,
you do your term of slavery, you actually earn something, like a
Like,
piece of a plot of land or something.
Yeah.
like Ready Player One.
Yeah, kind
But
of.
the debts that you accumulate while doing it, you can never pay off.
Yeah.
It's perpetual.
Trying to think what else happens. I mean, Barry Pepper gets taught like the alien language.
Yeah, then they decide to
super
do
smart.
the plan. They're going to teach the slaves how to do it. So then he puts him in the learning machine, which then he tries to teach him the language. Then he grabs his head. He's like, "You understand me?" And then he pretends he doesn't, and he keeps learning. What's so weird is like they lock them up in like the room to fix the ceiling. That's the fucking funniest thing. It's so funny. John Travolta gets up in one scene and he hits his head on the wall because it's like a slanted ceiling, like if you were living in an apartment. Like hits his head on the wall and he's all angry and he hits the wall and he says to Forrest Whitaker, he's like, "I thought this was gonna be fixed by now," and then they literally fix it in the movie. Like they take the slaves and they put them in the room, and their new job is working in this room unsupervised.
Yeah, see, the weird thing was
to fix the wall that John Travolta hit his head on.
Like that's what got them in that area to like, start like learning some of that stuff over there. So it was it was such a weird thing to think how the transition to get them there was have John Travolta hit his head and
they have
want
to
the slaves to chip away the concrete.
And then that's the reason why they're in that room.
Yeah,
They're able
like,
to figure out the shit they figure out.
only the mind of a fucking psychopath.
The script is being written on the
It's
fly. I
so
swear to
weird.
God.
It's so weird.
Well, actually, yeah, I forgot.
You
It's
never see that in
based
movies,
loosely
dude.
off of it.
Like you hit a pothole, like a character hits a pothole, and they're like, "We gotta fix this pothole," and then they fix that pothole.
Yeah.
That shit doesn't
They
happen,
stop
dude.
the movie.
Shit in
just
movies
like-
gets left behind, dude. Nothing gets shit like that don't get fixed.
All right, so eventually John Travolta gives Johnny Boy, Sweet Boy, whatever the fuck his name is, he gives him a bunch of slaves and a ship
Yeah,
to go
teaches him how to fly their
to go
shit.
mine the gold thing to get the gold for him.
Unsupervised once again.
Unsupervised. So then once John Travolta leaves, Johnny Boy and fucking all the slaves like take the plane. They go to Fort Knox, steal gold,
Steal the gold.
give to
yeah,
John
that's
Travolta.
their plot. Is
Yeah.
that they won't even have to mine the gold. They'll go steal because there was a scene before that where he reveals to him that he can speak their language, and then he's like, I'll show you what's left over of your planet, and he brings him to like the National Library, and he's like, 1,000 years ago our alien race came here, and your race put up its biggest fight, and it only lasted 9 minutes, and we conquered the planet, and this is the rest of your history. Go ahead. And then it cuts, and he's sitting there reading the Declaration of Independence. It says it, right? And then that's where he pulls all his knowledge from for the rest of the movie. It's like he literally in the beginning of the movie, he didn't even know there was other humans like him that existed. But then after he leaves that library, he sat there for 3 hours and read books, and now he like knows everything. Like,
dude, he's a super slave.
There's this place called Fort Knox. Like, he learned about that. Oh, we can go get to this other Air Force base in Texas. Oh, we can go to this place here, and like, just becomes it's incredible.
Yeah. So after they steal the gold at Fort Knox, they eventually go to like a place, Fort Hood in Texas, and they take all the Harrier jets and weapons, and they come up with a plan with like atomic bombs. They come up with a plan to blow up the base in Denver, Colorado, and then also through like their fucking teleportation to the, what do they call it? The
home offices.
The home offices on the alien planet for the psychos.
What a name. Creative.
The home offices.
Not something cool.
They transport atomic bombs there and blow up the home offices, and yeah, I mean that's really it. And then at the end
that plan, they pull that plan off.
Oh, they pull it off, and then at the end of the movie, fucking John Travolta is locked up in a cage inside Fort Knox with all the gold,
with one arm.
With one arm after he gets his arm blown
special
off.
Effects.
And yeah, that's the whole movie. It's very simple and fucking stupid. Some terrible acting, some terrible dreads. What a really bad dread work in this movie.
So much head weave-ness.
Oh my god. A lot of big chin, not chin, like neck beards. Like,
yeah. Coming off people's necks like alien beards.
A lot of eyebrow beards.
Long eyebrows.
What if that becomes a thing? An eyebrow beard. That's impossible. Our eyebrows would never grow that long.
You see, like some of those old guys have like the crazy ones.
Yeah,
like, those gotta take,
that's as long as it gets.
30 fucking years. Yeah,
that's as long as it gets.
30 years.
It's gonna be like a long.
It takes longer than that. Those guys are old, dude.
All right, well, that's the whole movie.
And that's it. All right, guys.
And obviously, should we go over the facts, man? Are we gonna play the game? Or
yeah.
All right, let's play the game.
So I'm doing two.
CFG, baby.
2 real, right? 1 fake, and you're gonna pick the fake.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, we can do that way.
Okay. I think that's what we did last time. I don't remember.
It's a little easier for you.
Yeah, I guess so. It's a little bit easier for me. I know one of the ones we already talked about. So, who do you think John Travolta went to direct the film first?
George Lucas.
No, it was Quentin Tarantino.
Nah.
Well, you tell me in a minute.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So apparently he asked Quentin Tarantino. As we know, Quentin Tarantino didn't take the job.
Yes.
John Travolta makeup proved challenging, and one of the reasons for him to fit into his suits, he actually had to be shaved every other day to slip into the latex.
That's definitely real. All right, go on. That's definitely a real one. I'm hoping that's real.
How much? So the director only had Roger Christian. Only actually had $21 million to make the film. How much of it do you think went to John Travolta? John Travolta was paid up front before the movie $10 million.
Oh my god. All right, so those are the 3 facts.
So $10 million up front.
Should we guess the fake one?
Yeah, guess
since we have 2, it's better to guess the fake
one.
one.
Go ahead.
Fake one's Quentin Tarantino.
No,
I
that's
say
real.
the fake one's the money.
No, those are both real.
Really?
Really?
The latex
I really
Shaving?
thought the shade one would be real.
Well, no, it was a modified one of basically it said that it did prove to be a pain in the ass because he had fucking shit in his hair, like those weird plugs. He had the hands, the prosthetic hands,
boots,
all the hair, and then there was 4 foot tall like stilts that he was on top of it too to like make him taller.
Wow.
So it was like a whole thing. And then the part of that too was that I guess he was so influenced by Predator for his like the way that it was going to look.
Yeah,
he based like a shitload of it off of Predator.
Very good job.
Jesus Christ.
Even to the point where they said that like he even wanted the Predator's growls like as like his like the alien voice or whatever.
You know how they said that they were making the aliens? This is weird, but you know how they said it in the movie they were making fun of our gravity, and they were like, the gravity here is just so different.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they're like, they're such undersized. I don't understand, because what would it need to make bigger people? Wouldn't it be lighter gravity? Don't we have better gravity? We have stronger gravity than you, pussy.
I guess.
Like,
right?
heavier gravity wouldn't make a bigger person. That doesn't make any sense.
It'd probably make us smaller, right? 'Cause
Unless
Yeah,
they
it'd be a
could-
lighter gravity.
Yeah. If it
So
was
wouldn't
lighter,
they'd be struggling to walk around here. They'd be like, oh, jeez, oh.
oh, jeez.
Yeah, fucking
because
pussies.
even if it was lighter in the sense of like the compression, if you would imagine, the denser the gravity, you know, the more.
Yeah. Like, if
down.
you, I guess.
But if they're 9 feet tall and it's like less gravity, then would you think they'd be like string beans and have no muscle because
Right.
they're just fluffing around?
So then, like, why are they hating on our gravity?
Yeah.
You know?
Why? Like, well, also, why would you say like the gravity's just different? It's like
And not
you guys are
expand on
yeah,
what the fuck you're trying to say.
you're
too.
intergalactic. Shouldn't you guys be smart?
Yeah.
No, they're not.
They're not.
They're not.
Yes,
I
this
don't
is-
believe that they're intergalactic.
One of the
species.
best scenes is when they want to learn more about the slaves.
Oh,
and he's
yeah.
like,
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I
he's
forgot
like,
about this.
Yeah.
what is their favorite food? He asks Forrest Whitaker, and Forrest Whitaker's like, I don't know. And then he's like, legitimately, he's like, I don't know. And then they're like, okay, and they take the slave, like, I know what we'll do. We'll let him feel like he's running away. We'll let
Yeah.
him free and pretend, but we'll hide little spy cameras on their buttons on their shirt. And like, how'd they do that? How'd they not know they did that?
Yeah.
And then like, and then we'll let them go free. And they let him go free. And these guys are out in the desert in the fucking post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah.
And he sees a rat, so he dives at the rat to eat it. And he eats a raw rat, which is gross. Why wouldn't they cook it? Because you're a caveman and you know cooking. So he eats the raw rat, and then they're like, "Oh, rats! Rats must be their favorite food."
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
they literally say that. Like they think rats are they don't understand starvation.
And that's
And
what
then
caused. He
desperation.
calls him. Doesn't he call him rat brain?
He
or
calls them
something?
rat brain for the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he later tries to feed him rats. Like, I got your favorite food for you. Like he's so dumb.
Yeah, like use it as like leverage.
I wonder if it was supposed to be like how like we treat animals.
Oh yeah.
But we're still not that dumb.
No, because he even said like his thought process made no sense. Because at one point John Travolta says, "Oh, they're gonna be so happy to be let free that they're gonna go and eat their favorite meal to celebrate."
Yeah, like if I trapped a dog in the basement with no food and then like a spider rolled by and it ate a spider out of starvation, I wouldn't be like, that's its favorite food. a
yeah,
spider."
oh, it could have anything. But
Dogs
that's
love
Like a
Spiders.
scene like that that should have been cut.
So dumb.
Yeah,
Like that whole segment. Why is that even in the movie?
It's so dumb.
yeah. What about the whole thing with the mail? Like or like
Oh,
you
God,
were gonna
oh, my
wait
God.
until I left the.
It was like
planet
trying to
take
Yeah.
show
advantage.
like, oh, there's a deeper story arc going on here. Forrest Whitaker may be betraying John Travolta. Or
Yeah.
They
John
could have done
Travolta's
without
supposed to
that.
leave. Like, I understand the tone they were trying to present, but the way they're doing it is by talking about petty mail. And like he literally said, I got that and I put it in your box. Did you not receive it? Like he's talking about his mailbox at the office.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's what he's talking about.
It actually felt like The Office.
Like what the fuck?
Angela bitching about something.
Some fucking weird writing.
Well, this movie cost a budget of $73 million. It says.
Mm.
I'm assuming that's with marketing because
Yeah, there was.
the budget was smaller, but obviously they had that whole fucking lawsuit where they over budgeted it by $31 million to fraud the fucking investors. So it's hard. I mean, I'm assuming it's probably hard to find the exact number.
Yeah, because that was a big thing and then the company, that production company, like we were saying, then got sued and lost $120 million separately.
Jesus Christ.
So they should have never ever signed.
This movie
I guarantee
was a
that-
disaster.
I guarantee there was someone in that production company that was like, "Listen, Jerry, let this one go," because I guess that production company was known for like rescuing certain, like kind of being like a rebound in something for or production for some films. But I guarantee someone's like, "I don't know, you really should let this go." And then after that
No,
happened,
then David Master, what the fuck his name is,
Oh,
Miscavige,
yeah,
walks
yeah,
in
yeah,
and
that's what it
says,
was.
"You're doing this movie."
Oh yeah, that's what it was too.
Definitely Scientology.
Oh yeah, John Travolta, his manager didn't want him to do it, and then he basically threatened his manager that if he did not set it up, he would leave him and find a new manager.
It's hilarious.
His career was never the same.
No.
It's crazy to think. It only made $29 million back.
They had like a Razzie. I think it was the Razzie for the
Oh, it won like every major
worst.
Razzie.
Yeah, it won every single one. It was nominated, and then in 2009 or 2010, they did a decade, and that movie actually won an award for like the worst written or the worst movie in the last decade.
Oh
Wow.
my
And
gosh.
the first screenwriter, something Shapiro, he actually went and accepted it, and I guess he's publicly like apologized for even being a part of it or like
Nuh-uh.
writing it. Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, they said at the Razzies, obviously John Travolta didn't go,
Mm.
but they had the action figure of his character accept the award.
Oh my god! Oh yeah, because they had all sorts of toys and shit that came out for that movie, or at least tried.
You got to give the Scientology kids something to play with.
Oh,
These
my
are major
God.
characters
Scientology
here.
kids.
Major characters.
Yeah, it all ties into Scientology.
All right, Tom. Start
All
us over your review, man.
For the reviews, here we are. Since this is a bad movie, I'm going to start with a bad review. December 11th, 2004. Suspension of belief overload. 1 out of 10. Think about that. Just take in that title. Suspension of belief overload. I like that.
Okay.
This monster flop. This monster flop has an interesting story outline filled with garbage. The aliens have weaknesses that make even the non-rocket scientist in the audience wonder, how did these guys survive long enough to conquer anyone? The next question I found myself asking is, how long would certain things, books, computer, decent machinery, combustion engines, last and still be of any use to anyone? Too many things you can see in the movie are simply beyond belief. But this is science fiction, you say, of course. The point is that the basic story could have been told without any of these ridiculous questions bugging the viewer if the people making it had just thought things out for an hour or two. I understand that the suspension of belief is a requirement of sci-fi fans, but you have to limit it to just what is necessary to tell the story you are trying to tell. I like that review because I feel like the movie so you could take a movie like Interstellar and be like, oh, this stuff doesn't make sense. Like, this doesn't make sense. How does that work? And pick it apart, but it's still a fucking fantastic movie.
Yeah.
This movie is a big shitty crap piece of flop shit movie, right? And it almost focuses on those moments that don't make sense.
Yeah.
Amplifies those things that are confusing.
Major parts of the movie are the bad parts.
Yeah. Like you were saying, there's scenes that should have just been cut out.
Like a normal movie would have
it's
cut
they
that scene with
focus
the
on
rat.
it. It's like they focus on it. And I like that this person said, how could they conquer anyone? It's true. How could a fucking alien race so dumb and so big and stupid and clunky just be an intergalactic fucking invasive species? It makes no sense.
Plus the 1,000 years, it's true, anything, whether it's a car, a book, to be there and still in pretty good condition.
Yeah,
those jets and all that.
Those jets,
it doesn't matter if
fully
it's
functional.
sealed. I feel like 1,000 years, a lot of things aren't.
The gas would have dried up.
Yeah, that shit ain't going to start back up.
Fully.
And also, so they beat every human on Earth. They beat in 9 minutes.
Yeah.
1,000 years later, they still haven't finished drilling gold.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, what the hell? Yeah. And there's still humans living.
They are,
and they still haven't found all the humans.
Yeah.
the Cyclones. They're great at military. Terrible gold drillers.
Everything else. Yeah.
Terrible.
Great killers. That's
Huge
about it.
egos.
Great killers.
Huge egos.
They conquered the galaxy, but man, they're so bad at drilling.
Huge egos.
And they just don't understand
They
slaves.
think they're so good at politics. They're terrible.
Oh God.
So okay, that was a good one. Let's go the opposite scale here. 10 out of 10. Best worst movie I've ever seen.
Written by John Travolta.
Written by John Travolta, 2001, June 19th. Battlefield Earth is without a doubt one of the most disasterful examples of cinema I've ever come across. Just he's getting that out there right off the rip. That being said, I bought the DVD and have watched it about 8 times already.
Oh my
If you are like me and you like sitting through a serious movie and laughing at how funny bad it is, you should definitely check out this movie. Every time I watch it, I find more and more hilarious plot inconsistencies, and the slanted camera angles and dialogue never cease to.
We haven't even talked about the slanted fucking camera.
Yeah.
I guess
God.
since this film is somewhat affiliated with Hubbard's hokey religion, there is no cursing to be found in the movie. That's an interesting thing. There's no cursing in that movie.
Oh, wow.
Instead, we get to hear how many ways you can use the word crap. In several situations, Travolta refers to specific unpleasant events as being crap lousy. It's hilarious and has yet to be appreciated. In conclusion, if you fancy yourself a MST3K type critic, I don't know what that means.
The science Mystery Science 3000.
Oh, okay, yeah, I love them. Yeah, you will surely enjoy this crap lousy movie.
Yeah, I could see that if you're doing if you're gonna do a watch along, like a commentary, it'd be a good commentary movie.
Or a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're not.
This is definitely one of the.
If we labeled this episode as a Battlefield Earth commentary, it would be.
This
audio.
actually, this as far as the worst movies we've seen, this I think slides in front of Critters as far as at least like
one of the most.
It's up there. Yeah, I'd say it's probably tied.
It.
So far, it's tied maybe. But the only thing is the length. This movie was it was like an hour and 50 minutes. Or something.
It actually didn't feel that bad.
No, it
to
went
me.
by fast.
Didn't feel that bad. To
but.
me.
It could have chopped off a little bit.
If you cut out all the rat and the fucking office politics, it'd be a nice hour and a half.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely a fucking goofy film, dude.
Oh, God. I'm happy it exists. I'm not, I didn't lose hundreds of millions of dollars like some of those retarded people, but.
Yeah, John Travolta put $5 million of his own money.
It's funny movies like this exist.
Yeah.
Because it takes so much time and effort, even for bad movies, to get made.
And then they just, they botch the audio. That's just
it's just one of many things.
The audio. I read something that supposedly the reason why they did so many of those angle cuts, which I guess it's called like a Dutch Dutch cut. Yeah, it's something weird like on like a slant. But the reason why John Travolta wanted it or talked about it to make it look like a comic book. To give it that feel.
Didn't work.
Which I don't know why you would even want to do that.
Didn't work.
And everything it almost felt like some kid who got Movie Maker for like the first time, like PowerPoint.
Oh yeah,
they used the same
scene transition
where it started in the middle.
Curtains. It's like the curtain.
Exactly.
Yeah. They did curtains. They did vertical. They did closing. They did all sorts of fucking weird.
And then whoever
PowerPoint
did the
slides.
volume, like we were saying, cranked everything up except the fucking.
The movie
dialogue.
was so loud, and I couldn't hear anything.
Yeah, there was points where we were watching it because we had to turn it up so loud that I could not hear us talk.
I couldn't hear what they were saying at all, but it was so loud.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's talk about let's quickly get this over with.
List.
Yeah, what's his best? What's his worst? Give our own opinions.
Career retrospective. Well, I guess no, that does. Career look back.
I'm pretty sure that's what retrospective means.
Doesn't that mean looking to what is to come? Looking at what is to tell you what could come?
I don't know.
I think that's
I would Google it, but I don't care enough.
Yeah, I don't care enough. He was in Carrie?
Mm-hmm.
Who was he in Carrie?
The boyfriend. One of the main characters.
Wow. He was in Face Off?
Yes.
Yes.
Man. I don't know, man. Some of these movies are so like Wild Hogs.
Punisher.
Old Dogs. The General's Daughter. Remember that movie?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where the daughter of the general gets killed and he comes in to like fucking investigate it. Actually, I used to like this movie. And Swordfish, I used to like that movie too.
Phenomenon.
Punisher. He has that great hair with
the
hair with the blonde streak in it. He's like the fucking mob boss.
Wait, did you say you've seen Phenomenon or you haven't seen it, Chase?
Which one?
Phenomenon?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh. It's a fucking great movie. It's fucking so good. He gets a brain tumor and it gives him special powers.
Yeah, but because he's touched by aliens, right? He sees the aliens or something? It's not
claims
just a
to
tumor.
have seen aliens,
yeah. But don't they show him see aliens?
Yeah, but at the end of the movie, it's kind of like you don't really know what was true or not. That's how it kind of like pans out at the end. I think somebody like kind of explains it like how the tumor, like he doesn't know he has a tumor at first. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then you find out he has a tumor, and you're like, oh, like the tumor's just pushing on his brain, causing an anomaly, like basically turning him into a savant. But he does weird things ranging from like learning Spanish on a car ride to go help a Spanish boy who's trapped in a tree.
Oh,
and he learns Spanish on a book real quick and then is able to speak fluent Spanish to him.
Oh,
and then he also does this thing where he spins sunglasses without touching them. Like they're on the table and he's like spinning them and they're just like shoo, 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 and he's like doing it telepathically. And he's like, it's more like a relationship. Like I'm not telling the sunglasses to move, I'm more asking them to move. And it's like, oh, dude, I actually really like that movie.
No, it's definitely one of his better movies.
It's
weird as that
kind of
movie
low on
sounds.
the list, but and then fucking there's a rabbit stuck in his garden, and while he's becoming a genius, he's like trying to figure out how this rabbit keeps getting in his garden because he keeps digging the fence down and digging the fence down further and further. And he's like, how fucking deep is this rabbit digging to get into my garden to keep eating this? And he keeps fucking trying to get rid of this rabbit and can't do it. And then one night, like when his intelligence is reaching like a major peak, he's like sitting there watching, and then all of a sudden you just like see him dawn on an idea, and he walks over and opens the gate and then just goes and sits down and waits and lets the rabbit leave.
Really?
He had trapped the rabbit in the whole time by digging the fence down so deep. The rabbit wasn't able to get out. It was like a great moment. I don't know. A moment always stuck with me. It was like one time I lived in an apartment and there was this nail sticking out, and I used to bang the nail in all the time with a hammer. I used to catch my sock. I ripped like 3 socks on this fucking thing, and then my roommate Steve was like, "Why don't you just pull the nail out?" And it blew my mind because I fucking kept hammering this nail into the ground. And he's like, "Just pull the nail out," and I pulled the nail out and never dealt with it again. It was a great perspective.
Well, you better pick that movie after that long rant. That better be your fucking favorite fucking performance.
At least that rant was about John Travolta.
It's true. Have you seen the movie Get Shorty?
No.
No, I never saw it, but I always
No, that's a good movie.
Yeah, I remember when
the
that
sequel,
came out.
Be Cool, is not very good. But the first one,
Be Cool.
yeah, Get Shorty's good. I'm going with Pulp Fiction, and I'm going Worst Battlefield Earth. This is probably one of the easier episodes to choose for an actor. Like,
it can't be Phenomenon. It's not.
No, it's
not
Pulp Fiction, dude. This
yeah.
this is by far the easiest.
Grease is the only one that can even like.
Yeah, like I could say like I could rival
maybe Saturday Night Fever, but that movie's so hokey.
I actually do like him in Face Off. He is good in the movie. That movie is good. But it's also just a shitty, it's kind of a shitty action movie.
Yeah, it kind of rides that line of being
so it's
like a dumb Nicolas
you
Cage
couldn't
movie.
Choose that. It's Pulp Fiction and Battlefield Earth. I think we could unanimously.
You don't think Grease is even worth?
It is, but I don't know. He was nominated for an Oscar for this movie. This movie, it's fucking literally ranked upon some of the best movies of all time.
Yeah.
And he's one of the main actors in it with an Oscar nomination. As much as Grease is like, a cult,
Grease is a great
not
movie.
cult classic, but like it's literally a classic.
It's the cult classic. Like,
well, it's not even a cult. It's literally a classic. I think. It's
Yeah.
it's a music. It's a famous musical.
Yeah. Famous musical.
Famous. Walk.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
It's blew your guy's mind.
It's worth even just.
No, it's in the conversation.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't think we even need to go around.
It's
I
Pulp
think it's
Fiction.
Yeah.
It's Pulp
it's
Fiction.
an easy episode.
That's at the bottom of the list here. What else? Anything really, really terrible?
A lot of Redbox movies.
Wild
Speed
Hogs,
Kills
dude.
from 2018. What is that? Where's I Am Wrath? Remember we put that on?
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, was that the one with the crazy hair?
Yeah.
It looked
Craziest
it was
wig
like
ever.
CGI. It was weird. It was how
CGI
black
hair.
it was. It was just.
He doesn't even wear a wig now.
Yeah.
You see him nowadays? He has like literally a toilet bowl. He like just fucking doesn't care.
Jesus.
He actually looks better with
Look
his bald
who's
head.
talking now.
That's the third one.
Trash.
That's trash.
That's a good one. That's a good one. The dog's talking that one.
Speed Kills.
Oh my
dude.
God.
What's this?
That's Danny DeVito as the main dog. What?
Speed Kills 2018.
John Gotti, Gotti.
Dude, I've been wanting to see that.
I know. I
Sorry.
wish if that was his worst, that'd have been great.
Yeah.
But Battlefield Earth has got to be worse.
Yeah.
No,
Battlefield.
that movie was absolute trash.
Pulp Fiction, Battlefield Earth.
There we go,
Yeah.
folks.
Hands down.
Another episode down. And you probably didn't learn much, but
Passion
It's
of
all
the
right.
Christ.
Hopefully you
We had
laughed, you cried. maybe
Some honorable
queefed a
mentions.
little.
Passion of the
yeah,
Christ.
queefed a little.
Yeah.
What?
Honorable mention. Passion of the Christ.
Yeah.
What? He wasn't in that.
Dude, didn't he help make that movie?
What? No.
Oh no, who
Oh,
was
Mel
that?
Gibson.
Oh, that's Mel
Gibson. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my
Oh, that's
God.
Mel Gibson.
I think you're the only
another crazy wacko. So
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you might be the only person in the world who's confused John Travolta and Mel Gibson.
It's yeah, but not in a movie as the creator of the Passion of the Christ.
No, but yeah, Mel Gibson directed that.
Crazy. Yeah.
Well,
Here's to John Travolta maybe getting out of Scientology one day.
Yeah,
yeah, when he dies.
He's never getting out, dude.
He's leaving in a
The
box.
day he leaves, National Enquirer is gonna get thousands of pictures of literally walks on fucking guys, dude.
Fucking walk.
of John Travolta just walking little.
Yeah,
little
imagine if a
fuckboys.
John Travolta porno leaked of him blowing a dude.
Yeah,
Blowing himself.
blowing himself in a hotel room with a dildo.
No, in his fucking flying a plane. He's flying his plane. And he's just fucking. He's got a custom chair made. He just flips around and inverts himself.
Hell yeah, puts it on autopilot.
Yeah.
A couple years ago, there was that thing about that guy coming out saying that he was John Travolta's gay lover.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Well, there's also the tons of stuff about the masseuses
Oh,
and all those stories.
Yeah,
about,
that was a similar time.
Yeah, about people coming out either saying like he tried to get him to do stuff, or like he has a history.
We'll never know. I saw on his Instagram, his family looked happy. It was like him, his wife, and his like daughter and his son like hanging out.
Because his other son
And
passed away, right? The one that
Yeah,
had
his other
special
son had
needs.
autism and fucking
Oh,
had a seizure and died.
Jesus.
Well,
And they
it's
also-
because they're Scientologists. They don't use practical medicine.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I know a lot of that was.
Like they don't
wish it
believe
away.
in modern. They don't believe in certain things.
Just wish it away.
Yeah, they use like Dianetics and all that weird shit.
Dianetics.
Or what the fuck it's called? The
what,
fucking
like crystals and stupid
No, the
fucking
thing where you-
wands.
The paddles where you hold it. And,
They do the two things with the rods.
yeah, the rods. Yeah. What the
Oh,
fuck is
they're
that
touching.
called? Well, anyhow.
It's releasing your bad energy into the heavens.
Yep.
Yep.
yeah, whatever you say.
Still died.
Yeah, son died. But John Travolta, he seems like a nice guy. I was watching his Instagram. He does seem like a nice guy. He's like,
Sure
oh,
is.
here
Actually,
in my family having a great
I was
day."
watching, not watching, but listening to the Your Mom's House podcast, like Tom Segura and his wife Christina, and like they're hilarious because like they think like Garth Brooks, they follow Garth Brooks, and like they think that like his Instagram when you watch it, like he's like in the head, he's like mentally tapped or whatever. And he's just, it's all a
Really?
show, and they have all these like funny theories, and they had one about John Travolta because then like their fans would then start commenting on John Travolta's posts, so they were like.
God.
And so then, like, they even said, like, some of his stuff, they just seem like he's just fucking out to lunch. It's, like, just kind of a weirdo.
Are
Oh,
him and
I mean-
Tom Cruise like friends?
Oh, they have to be. It's probably mandatory.
Yeah.
Like, do they hang out?
Definitely.
Like, who's the other bigger celebrities in?
I mean, you can
It's
Google
just
it.
them.
I
two.
wonder,
You
like,
can find it. You can actually Google all the celebrities.
I
You
wonder
get a
what his
whole list.
day-to-day or, like, relationship is with Scientology. Like, is he, like, really in it still in the
John
sense
Travolta
of,
or
like,
Tom Cruise?
John Travolta?
Oh.
Where he's, like, going there all the time?
Oh,
or is it
yeah.
just, like, you know, like, someone that practices any other faith,
Going
but they
there all
just
the
do it
time.
once in a while?
No,
I gotta stop by the Church of Scientology real
Yeah,
quick.
I gotta cross my rods, see my future.
yeah,
I think you're forced. I think you have to go there and get your
Probably.
theat,
10
whatever the fuck.
sessions a
What do
week.
they call theans or whatever?
Yeah, I was
have-
gonna say at the least bit they make sure that he's signing checks for him and donating.
Yeah, it's true. The more
Yeah.
money you put in, the less they.
It's like the
probably give a
weirdest
fuck.
celebrities are Scientologists though. Like fucking Jason Lee from fucking like My Name Is Earl. He's a Scientologist.
Is he?
Really?
Yeah, like the most random guys are
Weird.
Hyde from That 70 Show. His brother
It-
Donna.
It is true too. I think that when you get
Wait,
into
Hyde,
it,
Hyde's brother and Donna are all Scientologists.
Uh huh.
Was Hyde the first one?
I think them two were, and then Donna dated who was the
Hyde.
brother from Malcolm in the Middle. You know, the older brother Francis.
Yeah, yeah.
That's Hyde's brother,
Is it?
and they dated
Son of a bitch.
for years, but they're not together anymore. But they dated, and I think that's how Donna got into it.
Wow.
Obviously, the lady from
Carrie
from fucking
Fisher.
King of Queens.
or whatever. Oh, no, what's her
she
name?
got out though, right?
She got
What's her
out.
real name?
I can't even think right now, dude. I'm so into John Travolta. I can't even think.
Yeah, see, and dude, it's definitely true. Where like they just because I think part of the process too is like you like telling them your secrets. Like you have to like strip yourself, and it's almost like a way for them to then get those secrets, then be like, okay, yeah, now you
I can
fucking
see
do
why you
anything.
get hooked by Scientology.
One time I was a
Like
little
being
kid
able to-
and I stuffed the gerbil up my ass.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was like telling the worst.
Like
Yeah,
being able
yeah.
to get everything
Secrets.
off your chest, and like I can see the benefits of it, just like any religion, like getting everything out.
Yeah.
But it's just like once you get sucked in, it's like the weirdest religion ever.
Yeah, it's a fucking cult.
Well, yeah, it's also money.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what it is.
Like it
It's a
costs,
scam.
like just to get into it, it costs
Oh, yeah,
several
that's-
$1,000s.
The other Arquette. And the second with the gun. Oh, he already missed all the shots.
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna keep talking about the movie now.
Yeah.
See
All right.
how long this podcast is.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go to bed.
All right. Good night.
We'll see you next
All right,
week.
guys. Hold on, guys. They're sleeping, and I'm gonna secretly walk them while they're sleeping. Ready? Ready? All right. I'm gonna go over to Tom. Tom's sleeping. Walk!
Oh
All
God!
right,
I saw Jesus.
Tom.
I saw Jesus. Christ.
Don't wake up Chase. Don't wake up Chase. I'm gonna go.
Walk! Oh!
I got
Oh my
Oh, you got us, dude.
I was right.
It's like I was looking in the eye of God.
Spit it back at me.
Yeah.
Spit it back. It's up. Oh!
Chase, I'm gonna kiss it out of your
Oh,
mouth.
come here, big guy.
It's my turn.
Yeah. Thank God
On
we
myself.
already turned off the podcast, guys.
thank
Now we
God
can
no
really
one's
go
listening.
crazy
Yeah,
on
yeah.
each other.
Yeah, thank God we have no listeners.
Let's just go crazy on each other.
Yeah, all right.
I hope Perry gets to the end of this one part.
Yeah,
You're
guys are
fucking
so
weird.
Perry hasn't listened to one
You
single
guys are
fucking
so
episode.
gay.
Yeah, I know.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening.
Till next week.
Till next week.
Hey guys, I can't believe you made it all this way. Thanks for listening. You're still listening. You're a champ. You're a soldier. Follow us on Instagram at best/worst. Subscribe to us on YouTube and Spotify, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, and Google Play. And give us a listen on whatever your preferred platform is. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.